Hi, this is Pam, Flower Patch Farmhouse, and today I'm going to share with you how I dig up lilac suckers to create another plant. And I'm going to go out, as my neighbor graciously allowed me to dig up from her lilac plant. Since I don't have any in the ground, I keep mine in pots because I don't want the suckers running everywhere. And I will show you how I dig it up and pot it up to continue growing on to be a big, beautiful bush. So this is the lilac that I'm taking the sucker from, that I'm digging up. Let me see if I can zoom in, focus. You'll see lots of little suckers down here, and I'm going to share how I dig up one to create another plant. So it's just like the parent. This one, I don't know if you can see. If I point it up there, you're going to get shadows, but it's full of buds. Let me go up there. I may have to edit part of this out, but see that bud? Let me see. Yep, that's a bud right there, full of flowers. It's going to be in full bloom in probably about a week, which is about right. We usually get blooms about the first week of May. That's if we don't get a hard freeze. Hopefully we won't. All right, here is the lilac sucker that we are going to dig up. Let me, right down here, a few things I need to pull away so I can see what I'm doing. And what I want to do is get a pretty good size root. So I need to sever it. There's the parent plant over there. I need to sever it from about back here because you don't know exactly where the roots are at. Now I'm going to take off my microphone to dig so I don't yank over my camera, but I'm going to get down and get the root and then pull it up for you. You can see it has a good size root on it, and that's great. And it's already a pretty good size. And I'm going to take this into the greenhouse and I'm going to pot it up in a nice size pot. So here is the lilac sucker that I dug up with a pretty good root system on it. You see it's got plenty of roots. This is the one that was so tough to cut through, because it was a pretty good size from the mother plant. And I have the pot that I'm going to put it in. This is just a black nursery pot that I had spray painted with some gray paints because I wanted it to kind of go along with my galvanized tubs, and it worked really well when it's all together with a bunch of pots and it had, you know, was with the galvanized tubs. It just blended in rather than standing out as a really black pot. As well as if the sun would hit against it, black really absorbs heat, and the soil inside would get really hot, and you know, if it's super hot, the plants could, their roots could cook. So this helped to keep it cooler as well, reflected some of that heat. So now I'm going to put some potting soil into the pot, and I'm going to fill it about half full because those roots aren't very deep. And it looks like I'll have to make some more. This is my homemade potting soil, but I didn't have any more of the peat moss or the coconut coir, so I just did 2 parts compost and 1 part perlite. And then I'm just going to put that down in there. And then I'll put what I have already made up. Whoops, spilled some. In there. And it looks like I need to bring it up a little bit. So I'll mix up some more and bring it out and pull the lilac up a little bit, and then put more soil in there, and we'll finish it off and water it in well. So I have more potting soil mixed up. I'm going to raise this up a little bit where it's on top, it's sitting on top of the soil instead of buried in it. And I'm just going to pour some more on top. Sorry for the rattle. And then I'll just spread it around. And I'll water that in. It'll probably take it down some, and I'll have to add some more soil. Let me get a hose. So there I'm watering the soil in on it. And it doesn't seem to be exposing the roots, so I might let it settle in a little more before I add more soil. It may not need it. So we'll let that get watered well, and we'll see. But that's basically how you dig up a lilac sucker, pot it up, or you could put it right in the ground wherever you wanted it. Just keep it well watered. I like to put them in pots because I can put them under the deck in a shady area, and it kind of prevents them from, you know, being in direct sunlight and going into extreme shock. This has worked well for me. So I put it in the pot for a while, let it get established, and then I'll put it out in the landscape. Sometimes I just keep mine in large pots, and that way they don't produce suckers. If you don't like them the way they sucker and send out shoots into your garden, you have to dig them up all the time or cut them back, then keeping them in a large pot, or also I've seen them in half whiskey barrels or wine barrels, and they'll bloom and grow beautifully without becoming a problem. So that is one way to have lilacs without the issue of them suckering and spreading in the garden, unless you want that, you know. Everybody to each his own. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you liked it, and or go over to my website at Flower Patch Farmhouse, where I have a lot of more nitty-gritty garden tips and tricks for you.